Hey you guys, what is up? This is SuperGirlKels. Welcome back to another Monday video. Every single Mondays at 5 p.m. Eastern Time when we get together and upload gaming content either related to Smash Brothers, Animal Crossing, online multiplayer, reviews, music, and more which you can't really get anywhere else. So if you're interested in checking out everything else I do, visit SuperGirlKels.com for merch and other accessories that you can't see here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope everyone's doing well. Happy spring break for those who are Canadians, because I have done nothing this week but sleep, and it's been amazing. So it's been a week. Last week we looked over our Sonic matchup chart. If you missed it, check the description below for season 2 of the PGRU. If you guys don't know what the PGRU is, it is the official ranking stats from Panda Global. They go by season every 6 months, the top 100 players, and you know, they kind of get results based on what characters play against which, how well they do, and all that. I wanted to create this kind of ranking list for Sonic and Kirby every single season and update as the seasons go by depending on my tournament results. So what you're seeing now is based on my tournament results. The matchups you're seeing right now is a list that we have done and they're still the same from last season. So season 1 of the PGRU. If you want to check out that video, because all of the matchups you're seeing in the list already won't be explained, and if you want to know why I put them where they are, check out the video in the description for season 1 to get all that knowledge. So we're already gonna begin our season 2 because I feel like Kirby has evolved a lot in the meta the past season, and I think his buffs regarding his Nair especially being less laggy, same frame data as Meta Knight's, kill power, you know, all that jazz has improved so much for Kirby, and it's really affected some matchups, I believe. It's affected my tournament results, and some being better and some being worse. I'm currently looking like at a side comparison with the original matchup chart, and I'm like about to be really happy with what I'm about to come up with, you guys. So we're gonna get into it right away. Again, I'm not gonna go off with what's here exactly. I'm just gonna go on with what's at the bottom so that we could start looking at all the changes that has happened, again based on my results. And also, all characters you are seeing is not in order, you know, it's either a loss, even, or win. So that's it. So explain how this works. Yes, this is Kirby season 2. These are matchups that he wins against, in my opinion, and based on my tournament results and rankings. This is what he goes even with, and this is all the matchups he loses against. All right, so that's that. Let's go ahead and get started. I want to give a little bit of shout outs like we did for the Sonic matchup chart. First one I want to give a shout out to is Fox, because I feel like Fox over the season has developed a lot in his meta in terms of his patient play. Fox has been always, like, Foxes do a really good job at being very aggressive and capitalizing off of pressure. And lately, a lot of Foxes I know, and even professional top Foxes, are like, you know, playing Fox a lot more patient and passive aggressive, and I think that works a lot against someone like Kirby. So it's felt a lot more even, but if we're going with tournament results and rankings, I think Kirby still completely wins it. They're off stage. Chances are Kirby's gonna edge guard them. So it's like, yay. And if they're approaching high, that new up air buff, bro, ooh, they're dying pretty early. That's all I'm saying. It's just really great. The only thing that he struggles with Kirby is basically like, if Kirby commits first and puts too many anti-airs out, Fox will do an amazing job at either smashing at a shield or, you know, running and getting dash attacks, waiting for those options. So it's about a very patient play now between Kirby and Fox, but I do think overall Kirby just does so much better, can steal games from Fox at any time and even stocks. And just combos him so heavily and just has such an easier time getting in on Fox and cornering him. So that's what I felt. I want to give that shout out to him. I also want to give a shout out to Ken and Ryu, because they are characters who recently got a lot of buffs as well and a lot of changes to their arsenal, not only last patch but the past few patches. I don't think the matchup has been affected at all though. Kirby's been buffed, they've been buffed, so I feel like they've just been kind of growing together. These are matchups I'm constantly experiencing with. Most most of the time that I'm using Kirby in these matchups, I do extremely well. There's just few cases that, you know, you should use Sonic in this matchup instead of Kirby. So that's why I don't put it out as much. But there's many times I've been doing this in either money matches in the States or back home when I'm just, you know, training up or whatever. And it doesn't go bad at all. So I think Kirby does amazing against them. I think I'm ready to go and start talking because I think everything else is still very much the same. So let's go ahead and get started. Bayonetta. Bayonetta was a character that I originally put as even, and the reason was because Kirby got juggled a lot, you get hit a lot, and then it makes it very hard for Kirby to approach the stage. But that's Bayonetta in general, and I've been noticing that, like, as, you know, time has been developing and I've been playing the matchup more, and honest to God, like, this character is so good against Bayonetta, and I now put it as this. I used Kirby for about 3 sets in tournament this season in Montreal, and even just like in money matches, and talked to even like to meme and such, and he hates fighting Kirby. And, you know, he thinks, after playing my Kirby, he's like, yo, Kirby's top tier, that kind of thing. Like, he loves it. So, well, he loves my Kirby, but that's it. So I think Kirby actually beats Bayonetta now. I feel like this is going to be controversial, but like, I feel like Kirby just has such good tools. He's always low and grounded, so it's hard for Bayonetta to kind of jump on in neutral and to kind of scoop Kirby from the bottom. She kind of has to be like very aggressive about the way she approaches, and it's also like very unsafe. So Kirby kind of does a good job at exposing that and really keeping her cornered. The bullets really help. You know, Kirby's a little lower than Bayonetta, so while Kirby can duck under bullets and Bayonetta's forced to use the grounded like foot bullets, Kirby just kind of constantly like hits Bayonetta and pushes, and it's really good at edge guarding as well. Ledge trapping, keeping her in the corner, like I said. Only struggle is that would put this like here is coming back on stage, but that's Bayonetta, right? Like, Bayonetta just has such good edge guarding tools, and against someone who doesn't really have the fastest air mobility, does really well with that. But I feel like, again, like if Kirby's been approaching high instead of low, then I feel like you're okay if you're able to really bait out Bayonetta's options and make it back to the stage safely. So I think Kirby does well, honestly. Like, I'm really happy with this this improvement and development. And again, I feel like the kill power and fast frame data that has been added to Kirby really helps. My hair is not made today, by the way, so God forbid, like, help me, like, I'm sorry. Captain Falcon was a matchup I put as even, and the reason why I did this, I remember, because Captain Falcon's meta has like completely turned around in Ultimate. The way he approaches, the way he hits, the way he combos and juggles and keeps you in the air caught me off guard, and I was like losing to that matchup a little bit. But after playing it now and understanding how Captain Falcon works and playing the character more and getting more advice, I put it back in the wins. Other Kirbys have it as win as well. I feel like Kirby has beaten Captain Falcon every single Smash game for a reason. So easy to juggle, so easy to edge guard, so easy to corner. He's so aggressive, so you're constantly getting free approaches. Like, this character, man, like, Kirby does so well against, I think. The only thing is being juggled in the air, but Kirby has great escape options, just pushing himself back to the corner, waiting for an option, and then just kind of countering back. So, love it. I'm so happy about this involvement. I feel like as we're going to go on, we're going to see a lot of improvement. Like, I'm looking at my old matchup list, and I'm like, oh my god, like, Kirby has improved tremendously. So, I'm really happy. All right, let's talk about Chrom. Chrom I originally had as even. Yes, I had it as even, and I had Roy as win. And I was going to bring this up because I recently played Black Twins in a couple of tournaments, and like, Roy wins when he's camping Kirby, but that's like most people, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you camp Kirby, then technically Kirby loses against the entire game. But it's the way Kirby deals with that, and the way that you as a player knows that. And I feel like these matchups are very stage dependent. But when you talk about the overall stages in Smash, they're all very flat, and it's very hard to actually get those camps. Like, if Kirby just bans triplats, like, Kirby's just so good at kind of making sure that, hey, we're going to a stage Kirby likes. And that gave me a really good edge on tournament results. I was able to really push against Chrom and Roy, and I do extremely well. Like, I see Roy, and my first instinct is I'm gonna go Kirby, and it just goes really well all the time. So definitely putting this in wins now with Roy. You know, edge guarding, like, Chrom is extremely easy. Like, easier than Roy, so it's like the same thing but a little better. Of course, there's that kill power aspect, but that's what makes Roy and Chrom just so good. So you have to consider that it's not just against Kirby, it's against all characters. All right, Cloud, here comes the controversial. So Cloud, I have, knock on wood, never lost to a Cloud as Kirby yet. And I had him as even in season 1 because of friendlies. I didn't play Cloud in tournament, so I felt like I couldn't classify this matchup as win because I felt like friendlies are friendlies and that doesn't really count. So I felt like it was unfair to put him as win. But after now playing in states, money matches, or you know, at tournaments and locals and all that, and I see Cloud and I really hate this matchup as Sonic. Like I do, like I know that it's not bad, but like I feel more confident with Kirby. And I think pairing has a very big factor in this matchup. I think, you know, Cloud's now approach options is very much with his fair, the new buffs with his, you know, his good frame data that it's been added. It makes him a bit faster. But Kirby's able to shield it. He's able to now jump out of shield. He has options out of shield thanks to his buffs as well. And it allows him to really get that grip over Cloud. And again, pairing his options, it's very obvious seeing Cloud's recovery options and then just gimping him for it. If you just stay on top of Cloud when he's off stage, it's amazing. And because of the inhale buff, you Kirby's can test this. But whenever Cloud now limits back up to the stage, you know what I mean, has to break it, Kirby can inhale it. And literally it just clashes and Cloud just dies. So I love that. That makes me feel so good. So I'm putting this as win now. I love it. It's fun. I feel like both Cloud and Kirby just are forced to play so patient at all times. And whoever gets a hit pressures like crazy. So it's like, I feel like that's another stage dependent matchup, but it's Kirby, right? So I feel like that's most cases. All right, Corrin, I originally had it as loss, I believe, if I'm looking correctly. Yes, I had it as loss. I don't think it's a loss anymore. I actually think this is an even matchup. And this is very similar to the Cloud situation. As the meta's developed, as pairing has gotten better with everybody, as, you know, Kirby's options in terms of frame data has gotten a lot quicker. His out of shield options gives him a huge advantage to counter whatever Corrin's block is. You know, Corrin's that character that kind of blocks you out and forces options and then kind of collides you with them and capitalizes off of it. So that's how she's always been. That's why I felt it was so hard. But after, again, Nair, Fair, Bear, Up Air, all of these like really quick options now that Kirby has, it's helped tremendously. And again, like Kirby can actually counter the recovery from Corrin, which really, really helps. So I think it's even. I think it's both ways. I think whoever's playing that more patient play has that advantage and really does a good job at maintaining center stage. Okay, the Miis. I didn't have the Miis in the original tier list because I didn't have experience against any Miis back then except for Sword Fighter, but it was online, like we're not counting that. So now I have experience against Mii, Brawlers, Gunners, Sword Fighter. These guys, man, all these mains literally fiend for money matches at tournaments. So I play a lot of Miis when I'm at tournaments, so it's really, really fun because you get to experience new ways of playing the game, but mix up other characters as well. So Gunner is that character I do think Kirby loses against. It's so... Oh, not loses. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean lose. I meant that for another one of the Miis, but we'll get there soon. Not loses. I think it's even. I've done this a few times. At first, I thought it was loss. It was really, really hard for Kirby to get in. It was because, you know, Gunner, like, whenever he puts out an option, he kind of spaces back, right? And then Kirby's like, fuck, I gotta ready again. You know what I mean? It's really hard. But, after playing it a few times, and I stopped chasing this freaking character and put out options to bait this character to come in and stay very centered, it became way easier. I was able to set up. If I get the hat, it helps like crazy. It's also very easy to edgeguard this character once again. I feel like that's just Kirby's tools all characters. I'm gonna stop saying that because, like, I don't know. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's good. I think it's just right there. I think it depends on the players. I've been also playing this matchup with King Kong, and I feel like as we were playing more and more, this matchup was getting easier as we were playing. So it's definitely like experiment. I feel this could potentially be here someday, but right now We're gonna go with what's the experience and what's the set count in tournaments and such. Brawler is a character I think Kirby wins against. Brawler is a character who doesn't really have much spacing tools. He doesn't have much range. He's that character who's always kind of pressuring you and being in your face. You know, he's a brawler, right? So he's kind of like a Ken Ryu mixed with like Roy and Chrom, like always kind of putting things out but being safe about it, and but just with his arms. And Kirby emphasizes on aggression, so Kirby's able to really get in, capitalize on that, and then really take advantage of just keeping him off stage and keeping him cornered and making it really hard for him to get comfortable at all. I don't think this is bad at all for Kirby. It's like, I'm like, yay, every time I play a Brawler, I could just go Kirby. It feels even better than Sonic, to be honest. Like, it just feels so comfortable. Alright, Sword Fighter is the one, though, that I think I'm gonna put in the losing. So, this is really hard. Sword Fighter has amazing tools at walling out Kirby, especially with specific Fair and Bear. It is so hard to get in on this character, even with parrying, even with out-of-shield options. The sword is long, and Sword Fighter kind of has better air mobility. Like, it's weird to say, but like he can kind of hit but fade back, and it's really, really hard to get in, even with Kirby's range on Fair. He also has incredible tools in terms of specials, like the damn tornado. I hate that piece of shit. It's like so damn annoying. So it's so hard to get on this character. And then again, with a game that focuses so much on flats, you know, you ban 2, you still have 2 other flats. So it's like, it's so hard to escape this character and his tools. So I think like Kirby does not do well. Another character I don't think Kirby does too well with is Greninja. I originally had him as even, and then after playing a few other Greninjas who have evolved tremendously during the scene, JW, all the Greninjas, I studying, it's hard. It's hard. Like, Kirby constantly is trying to chase Greninja. It kind of feels like Sonic, but worse, because Sonic has, you know, slow air mobility, and you know his frame data isn't really quick in terms of his moves, where Greninja, everything is so quick, right? So he puts out, he moves, he constantly is like spacing you out, and you know, even though we combo him, again, he has Shadow Sneak to just kind of get out of there, and then it's hard to capitalize and get in there. And again, the flat stages make it so hard for Kirby to get to him. So I want to develop this more because I feel like it could be possible to be here, but for now, that's hard. K. Rool. Okay, so season 1, I had this as loss, and a lot of Kirby's got really mad at me for this. Like, they're like, oh my god, you need to learn this matchup because it's actually really good for us. And I was like, what? And then like, I couldn't believe it. But finally, after playing tons of K. Rools online in tournaments and whatever, okay, I agree. Kirby, like, I don't think it's win, but I do think it's even. I played, like, there's this like Booba who's a K. Rool at our local scene here in the West Island, and I play him every week whenever we like I'm getting better with the matchup. I'm learning it, but not enough to the point where like I'm like higher in ratio. It's like even, because all the other K. Rools I'm okay, but then when I get like to him, I'm like, what the hell? Like, my Kirby just doesn't stand a chance. He spaces so well with back air. He has options to just kind of push Kirby. But once we're in. It's just so hard to get in, and that's the struggle that I'm dealing with. But it definitely isn't a loss anymore. And the rock going through K. Rool's recovery makes a huge difference as well. That's like one of the things is there's not many characters that counter K. Rool's recovery. So it's really great to see. So that's that. Let's talk about Mario. Mario I had originally as loss with his brother Luigi. I kept Luigi in the loss because of that vacuum and just like his range is crazy. I don't think it's lost anymore though with Mario. I think it's actually very, very even. Thanks to the buffs, thanks to the quick frame data. I feel like they're very much like a brawler fight. You know, they're kind of hitting each other, going back and forth. Kirby now has a lot of tools to keep Mario cornered, to kind of space, bait, punish, and Mario has the exact same tools against Kirby. It's the same gameplay. They juggle each other a lot, catch each other's landings. I don't think this is horrible at all anymore. I feel a lot more comfortable. Something I do think that has changed though is Megaman. Megaman originally had is even after playing a lot of Megamans actually this current season. Shoutouts to Raycon, shoutouts to Megamans I've played at, I believe it was Genesis, shoutouts to other Megamans I played recently at Frostbite, 'cause for some reason there were so many freaking Megamans there. This is hard. Like Kirby, again, that flat stage, like in this game, this meta, it's all flat stages, and it makes it so hard for Kirby to get in on characters that just have tools to keep players out. And because of Kirby's airspeed and, you know, forced to be grounded, it makes it so hard for him to get to Megaman. Once Kirby's in on Megaman, it goes really well, but it's like by the time I get him, I got 95%, and it's like, God, you know, it's not fun. So I die really early as well. It's easy to gimp Kirby off stage. I've noticed that now. It's hard. So I'm keeping that there. This is the same thing for Meta Knight. I've played this with Jay. I feel like this is here, but like the thing is with this matchup is I could be winning 90-0, and then all of a sudden he dash attacks me once and I'm dead. And it's like, that's not my fault. Fucking Meta Knight. So I can't put it as even because, like, honestly, like, most sets with Meta Knight I've lost with Kirby this season. And I want to get better at this matchup because I feel like this is another stage dependent where it's like sometimes I'll be Sonic, sometimes I'll be Kirby, but like I picked up Mario recently, like I said, and to help me with searching matchups, Meta Knight's being one of them. So I want to like research and see, but this is not good. Like, it's just so, like, Kirby does really well fighting him up close, but again, like, off is so hard. It's hard, man. All right, let's go and talk about Mewtwo. I had this as loss originally, but now I think is even. So Meta Knight, Mewtwo recently got a buff where his tail got kind of fixed, but it really didn't. You could still very much hit Mewtwo's tail. You could still very much juggle and get in on Mewtwo. His range of attacks aren't as quick and as big as Smash 4, and that's what made it so hard for Kirby to get in. But because Kirby now has quicker frame data and knows how to get in a lot better, he does a good job at kind of maintaining stage and catching Mewtwo's landings. Mewtwo's a very floaty character, probably one of the floatiest, and because of that, Kirby's able to really use his ground speed to get wherever Mewtwo is and then just kind of take advantage over that and just keep Mewtwo out. I do really well with this matchup with Kirby. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's good. I think both of them have tools to keep each other out, to keep each other walled, to keep each other in the air and make it really hard for one another to just kind of maintain center stage. So I even. Pokmon Trainer, I had this all separate. I had this as Squirtle win, Charizard win, and Ivysaur loss. I think this is the same. It's just now they're all together. So if I'm gonna put, like, you know, decide as to where they're gonna be, loss is where it's gonna go. I feel like this could go here. I feel like I've been getting a lot better with this matchup because I'm understanding Pokemon Trainer so much more better. Like, so is that English? So much more better? Anyway, I feel like this could be here someday. I think so. I really do. I feel like I've been having a lot better tools getting in on Ivysaur. Again, buffs help. Edge guarding Ivysaur, edge guarding, you know, Charizard, Squirtle. I feel like Kirby just kind of does so well. But the minute that Ivysaur is out, man, it is so hard for Kirby to get in. Like, Ivysaur has to make an overcommitment for Kirby to really get in on him and do some damage. And even then, like, that swap makes it a little bit hard. I saw Chalk do so well at a lot of tournaments lately, and he did really well against the Pokemon Trainer. So I'm going to try studying this and see if I can use that in my gameplay and work this out for Season 3. So that's on the to-do list. All right, let's talk about Richter and Simon. Richter and Simon, I originally has lost. I was complaining over the fact, again, flat stages. It's hard for Kirby to really get in. They keep each other out. They have such quick, like, tools. But once I learned the power of ducking, and once I learned the power of parrying, and now with Kirby's out of shield options being added to him, this is no longer a loss. Especially once these guys are off stage, they're not coming back against Kirby. Like, they are not coming back. It's so sad. I never miss an edge guard against these characters with Kirby. I don't think this is bad anymore. I think it goes fine. I think it's a fun. I really love it. I think it's both of them back and forth. You know, Simon and Richter are kind of fighting for their lives, just keeping Kirby out. And you're just playing a game of like, okay, let's duck and let's jump and let's mix up everything. And then once you're in, when Kirby gets the hat, by the way, this is one of the best hats in the game. Kirby's axe, because it goes through stage, such good edge guarding tools, so good at keeping them out because they can't come back. It's like a Ditto in a way. So, and Kirby can camp. It gives the ability for Kirby to camp, and that's great. Love it when Kirby can camp, you know? Give a taste of your medicine. Alright, so Piranha Plant. I had this as lost originally. This is also even. Piranha Plant is a character that kind of corners himself originally. And I got scared of that. It was hard to approach this character, and then he would either just grab me, force me into shield, and I didn't really have anything to do out of it, but now I do. So, things like that. And the hat also really helps as well. You kind of create two bombs going at it at each other. I feel like Piranha Plant has good tools at keeping Kirby away, but the problem is, for Piranha Plant, is Kirby emphasizes on center stage. Like, he is most comfortable when he's not cornered, and Piranha Plant corners himself. So, it's like, alright, you didn't have to work for me. So just getting off stage, Kirby is one of the only characters that can gimp this character off stage just because of the way that the recovery goes. Rock, down air really does well against it. Yeah, I like this matchup now. It's a lot better. I lost to Reggie at, what was it? I think it was Genesis, yes. And since then, I've been playing a lot of Piranha Plants online, specifically with Kirby, and it's been going really well. So this could potentially be here someday, but for now, we're gonna leave it in here to make it, you know, okay. Alright, let's also talk about Robin. Robin was a character I had in wins. I must have been on crack or something, but like, apparently it is a win. Like, I think what happened was I played two Robins, and I think I have my results. So I had two Robins I played with Kirby, because I remember I didn't want to play with Sonic, and I think I just forgot to ever use Kirby ever again. So I had him as wins, but I didn't actually try this matchup again until I got absolutely obliterated by Ho in Quebec. What a Ho. And he, like, destroyed my Sonic, and then I found out from the Kirby cord afterward that, like, hey, yo, you should have gone Kirby. Like, his out-of-shield options against Robin, like, changes the whole approach game, man, and if you get that wand, like, they're fucked. And I was like, oh, and I just, like, clicked, and then it's been going amazing after this. But because I only played in terms of training with Kirby, not actually this matchup in tournament, I can't put it as win because that just doesn't happen. So I'm gonna put it in the even section. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna keep working on this to get this back into even, and then hopefully I will re-challenge Ho and with Kirby, and we'll see how it goes. That'll be the ultimate test. But thank you to everyone, by the way, who's been sending me so many notes about Robin, because Robin gives me heart attack, and it's been my least favorite character in Smash since he or she has been announced, and it's been hard. So my mentality, y'all. So I now I'm learning this, and I know now it's getting a lot better, so it's great, and we're gonna definitely keep working on that. Sheik is a character I put as even, I believe. Yes, I had it as even, and then I really found that Sheik's meta has been developing very, very much over Season 2, but also as Kirby. I feel like the buffs from Kirby is the tremendous change in this matchup, honestly. The out-of-shield options allows Kirby to push Sheik away and not have her constantly be on Kirby, because that was the reason why I had this, like, as even, because it was like, on stage it feels really, really hard. Like, Kirby can't really, like, come back, and Kirby's having a really hard time, like, doing anything until Sheik's off stage. But now, girl, you juggle Sheik, you can escape her combos now, you have great retreat options, you're forced into shield with out of shield options. it's just like, woo, they saw a set of Sheik versus Kirby, and they said to themselves, wow, we should buff Kirby. Like Sheik is the reason Kirby got buffed, you know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm thinking. All right, another matchup I had as even, yes, I had Shulk in even. This is not true anymore. Shulk has extreme, like, when Shulk came out in Ultimate, like, and people were using him, people were like, this character's gonna be top 5, this character's gonna be top 5, this character. Like, do you guys remember that? And that wasn't really the case in Season 1. No one was really using Shulk. But in Season 2, we've been seeing Uncivil Ninja, we've been seeing, like, Kome, we've been seeing, like, a bunch of Shulks just coming out and really putting in work. And I've actually had an amazing opportunity to play all of them in money matches and just, like, grind this matchup. And it's hard. At the end of the day, it is, like, it's doable. It's definitely, like, you can put that there, but you have to play perfect to play it here. And this is the same thing as, like, Palu. Like, this could potentially be here, but it's hard. Like, you need to get the hat to even have this here, and if you're not, it's like, oh, I guess I'm dying off stage. Like, you're not coming back off stage against Shulk. Like, it's just not happening. You need to do high, and he just goes into jump, waits for something, and then just hits you. His range, this is one of the only characters where out of shield options don't work against Shulk unless he really commits. So, and then again, the fact that he could change Monado art during combo, I don't know what they were on, but, like, because of that, Kirby can't combo Shulk, and that's one of Kirby's arsenals, and his biggest arsenal, to be honest, and that's gone. So, there you go, girl. There you go. You gotta cry. I know, you're gonna cry. It's okay. Sonic I had in loss. And I felt like I put this in loss, and if we go back to that, if we go back to my Season 1, I said I will do my best to put this here one day, and even here. But I worked my ass off with this matchup. I challenged every Sonic I would see at tournaments in money matches. I would challenge literally like everybody, online, offline, my monthlies with this matchup. And I am happy to say, out of the like 22 times I've fought Sonics in tournament with this matchup, I've only lost twice, which is to Lazy Zach 1. That was one game, and it was fun camping, and now I know how to deal with it. And it, like, I won afterwards again. And then, oh, I didn't write his name. Oh, I suck. I suck. No, Craftus? No, I did. So there's another Sonic. I just wrote Sonic for some reason. So, oh, it's Sonics! It's Sonic, sorry. So, Sonics, basically. So that was the only time. But, like, Sonido, everybody, like, I've just been doing this matchup, and it's just been so fun. I'm putting this here, and I know the Kirbys are about to go on crack and be like, how? But I will probably, what I will do is I'm going to do a PGRU challenge someday, and I will get Wrath to come on my stream, and I swear to God, I will fight him with Kirby only. So let's do that. Alright, Zerosuit Samus I had as lost, and this was because of the new meta of Zerosuit. I was very unfamiliar with it. I felt like it changed the entire matchup with Kirby. I didn't know what to do, but now, because of the outer shield options, Kirby's ground speed, the more familiar matchup I have with this, I actually am up in tournament sets with Zerosuit from Kirby. So this, because of that, I'm putting now in the even. I'm able to do that now, and I'm really proud of that because I hate Zerosuit, and I was able to really now understand the way she approaches, the way she attacks, and really emphasizes with her tools. So I'm literally like a lot comfortable now with this matchup. The ducking is still really good. Not as good as Smash 4, but the tools definitely are there, and Kirby's able to really, you know, capitalize on hitting his shield, so, and being safe about it, so you can kind of like, you know, bait Zerosuit to hit, and then you hit, but because she's shielding, she will hit afterwards, and that gives you a huge thing, but because you could space it out a lot better, this is great. So we're gonna leave it as that. Hero! Alright, I didn't put Hero in the matchup chart. No, I didn't. I didn't have Hero in the original matchup chart because he just came out. Yes, so I didn't have him available yet. And I wanted to really study this matchup. I think this is here. I don't think like, if you're gonna count jank and hero stuff, then fine. The hat from hero is busted, like creating that 4th throw to neutral B kills hero at like 50, so that's fantastic. Over exaggerating, of course, but like Kirby could combo. The, you know, hero's approach game isn't safe. His frame data is slow. Kirby's is quick. Edge guarding hero is so freaking easy as Kirby. He takes forever to charge, and then Kirby's like, okay, and then that's it, you know? So, I love this matchup. It's so fun. I do it a lot. I continue to do it a lot. I will continue to do it. I think Kirby does amazing in this matchup. No extra thing I gotta say. If you're camping as Kirby against this, then this is gonna be hard, because he's gonna spam stuff at you, but you gotta get in his face. So good, so good. Banjo-Kazooie was another character that was new. Wasn't in the last, you know, time I did this, so that was a little bit, but this goes here. I feel like I've been grinding this. I was struggling with Banjo for quite a bit with Sonic, so I was experimenting with Kirby, and it was going a lot better. Kirby just has tools. Banjo kind of jumps a lot. Like, he kind of sets up walls with his projectile. Kirby's able to just run up to him, wait for options, kind of space himself, and then react out of shield and keep him a little bit, you know, keep him company, so is what I want to say. And it's the other way around as well, right? Like, if Banjo does a good job of just being patient and taking advantage of Kirby's defensive options and approaches, then it's also really bad for Kirby. So that's why I think it's even. I think it's also very stage dependent once again. I feel like if we're on flats, Kirby doesn't do as well, and then on plats, Kirby does like instantly 10 times better for sure. So that's that. Terry, oh my god, this character is so fun to play with Kirby because there's literally only 3 moves that touch Kirby. I think it's down tilt, down smash, and down air. Oh, and like all of his like KO shit, but even then Kirby can duck, so that, Kirby combos him, Kirby's edge guarding him, Kirby catches his landings. It is so fun to play Terry with Kirby. I might do it for Riddles when it's coming up in the PGRU in 2 weeks. We're gonna see. I love this matchup. So fun to do. If you're a Kirby out there, experiment with this matchup, especially if you get the power wave. You can actually edge guard him off stage, push him out. It's really, really good because you fly, right? So you can just keep pressing it over and over. It's really, really good. All right, finally, we are at the last character. It is Byleth. All right, guys, here it comes. I think it's even. And let me explain as to why. So usually like with sword characters, especially long range, such as Byleth, you know, they keep you out, like Corrin, you know, they wall you out, they put out options that just keep you out and force you to commit and then regret and then kind of get whatever. Luckily for us, she has not so good frame data. She is extremely slow, not only grounded but air-wise, and when she commits to an option, she's hitting a lot of lag. And Kirby, you know, might not be able to reach Byleth from so far, but because of the lag she has, he's able to actually get to her and get hits connected, catch those landings, and again, her recovery just is doo-doo, and because of that, Kirby just does so well. So even, again, boxing out, if done right, if patient play from both players, it goes back and forth. I don't think this is bad at all. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your season 2 of my Kirby matchup chart. I am so proud of this character. I'm comparing it right now to my other matchup chart and like from season 1, and we have way more wins, we have way more evens and less losses. And even though some characters have been moved to the loss, it's only like 4. 1, 2, yeah, only 4 have been moved. Literally, Sword Fighter, Greninja, Megaman, and Shulk were the only ones added to the loss. And I feel many losses could be put into the even or potentially wins, such as, you know, Wolf. What else here? I think like Kirby could potentially do well against Lucina at some point, and Marth, like, and Duck Hunt. I feel like this is all things that are just going to constantly develop over time, and Kirby is just constantly developing. I feel like they're just constantly buffing this guy, and with good reason. You know, people keep complaining he's a bottom 10 character or the bottom 5, and we'll take that. We'll take that because, you know, that's free buffs for us, and then people complain about him. For those who have played against Kirby, you know what this character can do. So if you're interested in picking up Kirby Kirby for certain matchups. Here are the matchups that you could potentially use Kirby for, because I think, especially these up here, he's incredibly confident. Guys, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Visit my website, www.supergirlkels.com, for tournament streams, news, music, reviews, merch, and more you can't get anywhere else. Next week is going to be a speed art. So I haven't done one in a while. I want to draw something for you guys. So list a comment below as to what I should draw, and whatever is voted on all social media total, I will go ahead and draw it for you and color it and ink it and all that. So I'll see you guys next week. Have a great rest of your week, and see you every time I'm either streaming or here. Bye guys. Take care.